So at the beginning of every video from now on, I'm going to be showing off locations of hints. These purple orbs, different from the landmark collectibles, because hints give you tidbits about different ways of dealing with things in the game. There are a total of 50 of them in the game, and of course they also give you evolution points. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Prototype. Let's check out our new girl here, who is very fashionable in her high heel shoes. Her complexion is a bit weird though. Yeah, compared to the rest of the people who have this kind of model, it's just kind of, I don't know, something's off. I don't know. But anyway, it's time for our actual first mission, but we can't actually do it because I haven't bought the dive roll move yet. This is one of the few times I've actually seen where you actually need a specific ability in order to do a mission. So let's go buy that. Now, you can also see that I've also bought a lot of other movement upgrades, and that is for a specific reason in terms of landmark collection, because I've already done that. If you notice my EP amount, I have over 3 million. So in order to kind of make it a little bit more challenging on myself, I will not be using the glide as much, and probably the air dash as much. But let's go and get one of these 3 abilities, specifically the shield power. The shield power is a bit of a mixed bag in terms of being useful and also being useless. But it is our first defense power. It's one of 2 that we will be getting in the game. And the shield power is actually rather good in the early stages, especially for this mission. Defense powers, of course, do what you would expect. Of course, it's also a shield. It decreases the damage that you take. However, the shield works differently because the shield can break, and then it has to regenerate. And at that point, it's like you're not having the shield at all. It also says that you cannot parkour with it, and that's a bit of a lie. The only difference between having the power on and off is that you kind of smash through cars and whatnot, but you can still run, jump, air dash, and glide, which is what I consider to be the parkour instances. So here's the power wheel as well, which we can select whatever power that we have. In this instance, the shield. Now, in terms of power, we have to be Alex. We cannot use our abilities with the disguise. It looks a bit odd, but you can usually only see it when you're sprinting or when you're getting hit. A lot of the times I forget that it even exists. Because, like I said before, it's not really that useful. But enough about that. Let's move on to beginning with this mission. At nighttime.
Find anything?
Jesus Christ, don't do that.
Sorry.
Okay, your apartment?
There's nothing left there.
Well, it doesn't matter. I've been looking at your laptop.
Laptop?
Yeah. It came in a package the day after you went AWOL. Look.
I've seen that girl before.
Well, it makes sense. There are only 2 names in the file. One is yours. The second is this woman, Elizabeth Green. She's still in isolation at the GenTech building. Do you know who she is?
Hey, whoever she is, she knows more than I do.
My God. She's just a girl. What kind of fucking monsters are these people?
Can't remember.
Axiom will sweep to the river. Brimstone will encircle the entire sector and contain anyone moving through the area. I want this contained by daybreak.
Sir, Sir, there are nearly 100,000 people in the Blue Zone.
I'm not interested in excuses. Get it done. We have a situation I think your team is well suited for, Captain. How long until your men are in place?
We're prepped and waiting for orders. We can be wheels up and boots on the ground anywhere in the city in 15. With respect, sir, a suppression operation in a city of 12 million is slightly more than my men can handle.
Now, the situation has already evolved, Captain. You're not participating in the containment action. Your team has a single target, Alex Mercer, codenamed Zeus. He's carrying a new strain. He's eliminated 50 of my men and smashed through a 2-foot steel door. You interested?
I'm your man, sir.
I don't need to tell you what's at stake.
So as much as we were trying to get away from the GenTech building, we are now heading back to the GenTech building. Also, Alex is a wonderful character, easily approachable, and certainly not a danger to everyone around him, or incredibly serious.
Find someone important who I can use to get into that facility.
So of course the building is still heavily guarded, but I'm sure they would let in a wonderful, nice young girl like me through those doors because I have some business there, right? Man, those heels.
If I look just like them, I should be able to walk among them.
Point. Yeah, we need a military disguise, and the specific one that I want to get is this guy. Mainly because of his missile launcher. Now you actually notice that he has a Web of Intrigue target on him immediately as we grab him. There's a lot of instances where there's going to be people that's like you have to consume that are going to be Web of Intrigue targets, but not specific people.
What the hell happened in there?
Team 1 dropped comm just after they entered the holding cell area.
That's it. Close it off. No one goes in or comes out of the GenTech building. I want it sealed with level 4 protocols.
Well, the GenTech building has become a horror house. Good. Now, I took the missile launcher for a specific reason. Thank you, Mr. First Lieutenant Todd Chupka. Now, something weird happened. This has never happened before. Why does things like this have to happen when I'm recording? This is... like... you okay? I'm sure he's okay. His gun is also floating. I don't know what he got stuck on, but it's kinda good. Kinda good. Time to have some fun. So, how are we gonna get into the building? Because even though we have a disguise, it's still not good enough. What are you blinking about? Just a military guy. But unfortunately, these are viral detectors. These are a bit of an annoyance, because once you are in their area, they will start detecting you. The bar will go up, and if it reaches the top, then everything will be on alert. It's kinda terrible that way. So it's good to get out of their area, because once you do, it instantly depletes and nobody knows you're around. But here is our target, a commander. This is how we're going to be getting into military bases throughout the game.
Alright, he's my ticket inside.
Now, this mission really wants you to do it stealth-wise, but it almost can't be done. The first thing I want to do in terms of the aggressive mode is to get rid of those detectors. It did a really good job of not being seen. A really good job because I just consumed that guy. Now the other thing I have to do is get rid of that viral detector over there, but I don't have enough shots. And I just moved off camera enough to see that the detector did not get hit, but the commander did. So now he's dead and another one has to respawn. So yeah, stealth really isn't a good way in order to do this. Especially when there's helicopters like this around. Hard mode gives helicopters just enough health that it takes 2 missile launchers shots in order to take them down, which is a bit of an annoyance. Good.
He's my ticket inside.
Yep. Alright, let's get rid of that detector, even though it kinda doesn't matter, but it kinda does still. I really should have taken down the commander and just should have consumed him. I don't know why I didn't.
Authorizing team Delta Indigo Charlie.
But now that we've taken down all of the heavy infantry, now we can actually deal with the basic foot troops. Now one thing I'm doing here is, halfway through I've taken down a majority of the strike team, but that helicopter just decided it was not carrying anymore. So if you just sit around a while undetected, you will evade the strike team and get a bonus based on that. Most of the time it's better to actually destroy the strike team more than evade it because you get a better bonus. But then again, I don't care either way. I'm just gonna kill everything. Helicopter carcasses are my best friend. Guns too, because, like I said before, they're highly effective. I think it's time, though, that we finally get our commander in question. And now you can see that below our Alex icon on the top left, we have a key. Keys allow us to get into military bases. If you don't have a key, you're not allowed in. That's the exclusivity that we have here. I kind of went a bit overboard in trying to make this place completely eradicated, and that is the top of a tank, I think?
Red Crown, we have lost contact.
Not quite sure. So we can enter the building, but I kind of got a bit perplexed here. Because if you go, you have a key, but you still actually need to disguise in order to get through, but then you switch back and you're still not able to get through because it still thinks you're Alex. So you go through, and then you switch back to Alex, and you're able to get through as Alex, so...
Elizabeth Green.
The time for waiting is over.
I don't understand.
help with this. I need to know what you know.
Yes, Private, you're guarding a hole in the fucking roof. You've been briefed about what we're up against. We're not secure until these skylights are sealed, so unless you want to pull shit patrol until your mama forgets what you look like, stand your sorry ass right here until you're told to do otherwise. Now move it, sir!
I can contain them inside a military base. I should lead them to that military base.
Red Cloud! Red Cloud! We're being overrun by some sort of fucking huge animal. We're trying to withdraw! Bravo base, this is Squad YY. We've got some sort of wild fucking animals loose on the streets. We need air support. There he is. There's Mercer. And those fucking things are after him. Echo 1 Alpha has lost the target. Over. Contact lost.
Never go to floor 51 of anything, because that's where they're keeping the aliens. Now, I'm running away from all of these hunters because you can't actually hurt them. They are invincible, and they will kill you. So we leave them here. And now we're under extreme firefight, so let's slowly get rid of all of these guys. Let's make everybody fly.
But I know I'm gonna kill you.
Sure he knows. And something really went wrong with the consumption there. Maybe it was because of the cutscene. I have no idea. But welcome to technically our first boss of the game, the Infected, or the Hunter. The Hunters are rather interesting enemies to fight because they are incredibly aggressive. And the best effect, of course, is to hit them with missile launchers over and over and over again. However, let's go a bit more hands-on approach to see how we can deal with them there. After they do their flurry of attacks, once they do their war, they're actually vulnerable in order to be stunned. See right there? Like, I could just hit him a couple of times and he'll fall over and I can get some free hits on him. Get him low enough and you can consume him like everyone else.
That's not possible. He's just sucking and dry. Punch him. Moving in now. Do it.
And our reward for killing and consuming him is we get our first attack power, the claws. We saw the claws in the introductory cutscene that was playable, so it's not a cutscene. But we can now slice and dice enemies at will. The only drawback is that that's all we can do with the claws at this point. So the ground spike that we had in the introductory cutscene, we can't use yet. But they're more effective than our basic attacks of our hands and feet, so it's kind of good to use. More hunters will eventually show up, and this is not good. So we have to fight 2 hunters now instead of 1. So technically the first one wasn't actually a boss fight. This is a bit of an annoyance because I keep having to go and consume people, but it's always fun because depending on what attack power you're using, you get different animations in order to consume people, which is a very nice touch. Alright, so in order to deal with hunters and the things around us, we're able to just shoot them with missiles, grenade launchers if there was any around that I could actually easily get to, throwing objects at them, going toe-to-toe with them. There's a lot of options. However, there's one option that I kind of forgot to use at this point, and I will eventually remember that I actually bought it at the beginning of this video, and that's the shield power.
Come and I keep killing.
The shield power is a very forgetful ability in terms of myself because I never use it that much. So honestly, I should be using it because it would help a lot. I'm just looking for missile launchers because they're the most effective at this point. And I've already killed 3, but I think there's 4 hunters at this point going around. And there's the shield power. Except it's already broken. Yeah, because I got hit with a missile and I think a couple of the hunters swiped at me. So that's kind of the problem with the shield, is that it breaks very easily. But it regenerates fairly quickly if you're able to evade very much. Yeah, this fight is considered one of the hardest in the game, and it's pretty much because the difficulty curve spikes so hard. Because you just finished with all of the basic, like, tutorial things and whatnot, and now you're dealing with a brand new enemy type, which is incredibly aggressive and very powerful. And not only are you dealing with one, but in most cases you're dealing with, in this case, you're dealing with 4 at a time. I've already killed 1, so I'm dealing with 3, so it's a bit easier. Actually, nope, on the minimap there is 4 on the screen. There's just 1 a little bit away is not paying attention. But there, if anything, this fight shows you that things can get really hectic really fast, and you need to figure out how to actually deal with it in a controlled manner. Don't grab the hunters at this point because it's not really effective. It's a good thing that there's a lot of military guys hidden that just keep showing up over and over as wonderful, tasty health packs. Oh, no, I want to consume him. I want to just lower the amount of hunters I'm dealing with. Hunters also give back tons of health, which is a great thing. Okay, so you can see now that things are not good. There's way too many hunters on the screen. I think there's about 7 or 8 at this point. So fighting them is not a good idea anymore. We have to get rid of the base at this point. Destroy all of the fuel tanks, which is a much easier objective than fighting all of these hunters over and over. Now, as much as this mission may be hard, it's not heartless, because every single time you get to a specific phase in the fight, it does checkpoint you, so whenever you die, you just go back to that specific phase. You don't have to start the thing all over again, because that would be awful. Now, of course, missile launchers being the handy thing that they are, 2 shots takes down a fuel tank. But the hunters always want to go and play by furiously swiping wildly at you. And another thing about the hunters is that other than that one period in time in order to stun them, they're not easily stunned. When they're furiously swiping at you, you get out of the way because you can't really take them down very easily. And there we go. Yeah, it better be complete because I think I've done enough for this one little bit of a mission, but holy man! 20 upgrades unlocked, and yes, the civilian casualties just keep getting higher and higher. There is a specific goal that I'm going to be reaching, and I will be reaching it very soon. But 20 upgrades compared to the 3. We did unlock a lot of stuff during that fight, including the claws, but I will be going through each of them individually. But right now, let's go get the other abilities that we didn't get beforehand, such as the critical mass ability. Critical mass is a very key feature in this game. not only does it give you an extra boost of health, but also while you're in this position, usually at full health, you get increased attack damage and you're able to deploy Devastator attacks, which we don't have yet. Flying kick boost, which is always a wonder in order to increase our flying kick, because it's just a wonderful thing to use. And also sprinting grab, which is just kind of fun to use overall, because we are able to pick up objects and cars and pedestrians on the fly in order to use them quickly. Sprinting throw is the accompanying ability, but we won't be getting that right now. There are a lot of other abilities which I'll be going over on their own time, but next time I think it's time for a break as we cover more events, another sequence of the Web of Intrigue, and then the next mission. So see you next time, everyone. Man, this poster store didn't have anything. Man, what kind of a poster store is this?